Who would have thought we'd be podcast bros?
Well, that's an intro. Welcome to episode 2 of the Cut the Mic podcast, presented by True to Self. As always, I'm your host, Braulio, with Edmund and Gio. How are you guys doing today?
I'm great.
Another busy week, but we move. We here.
Yeah, speaking of busy week, I mean, honestly, I don't know about how you guys feel, but I feel like it's been ages since the last. I know it's only a week ago, but it's felt like longer than that since the last episode, the first episode.
It feels like you have more time than you normally do, but I don't know. This is time, life, the way shit goes, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't. For me, it just feels like maybe I'm just keeping busy these days. Days are feeling longer, so it's just felt a while. But anyways, happy to see you guys. Glad we're here. Episode 2, we're back.
Woo!
Have people join us coming in slowly and slowly. So yeah, we're gonna just go over some general housekeeping items real quick, and then we'll get right into it, fellas. So I just want to mention, again, we are live Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern time. We did post our first episode of the podcast on YouTube, so you can go ahead and check that on our YouTube page, Cut the Mic Podcast. We also did make our first Instagram post. Let's go. That's at
First clip up.
cut_the_mic_podcast, because Cut the Mic Podcast was taken already from us. So you can check that out there on YouTube. Shout out Gio for putting the hard work in there and getting that content out.
My goat.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
No problem.
So yeah,
it's been fun so far.
it's good to hear. So yeah, go check those out. Leave comments, subscribe, share, like videos. We appreciate it all. And yeah, that's just the general stuff. So let's just get right into it, fellas. So just want to start off by asking, guys, we already kind of got into it, but how was your week?
My week kind of flew by, honestly. I've been waiting for the podcast, so I think I just fast forwarded real quick. Yeah.
Okay. Edmund, how about you?
Yeah, I think I had a good work week, making sure hitting those deadlines, been streaming, posting more content, which is always, a good thing, always the goal. And yeah, I'm happy to be here. Happy to have something that's, another thing that we're doing, able to talk with my bros, It's kind of nasty. We're podcast bros now, Don't be afraid to say cut the mic at Henny if you ever say anything wild, but it's fun. I like being able to say I got a podcast or I'm working on a podcast.
And I just want to say I appreciate all the love we're getting already. We're getting a lot of love already.
Facts.
So that's cool.
Yeah. I just wanted to say, I got a DM this morning, same thing, saying, "Oh, you doing podcast now? You're a podcaster." And I was just like, I had to sit back and think to myself, like, yeah. And I just kind of responded, like, it's a ton of fun. Honestly, it is, because, like you said, we're on this journey together. With the bros. So it's a good time. As I kind of just mentioned, for me, the week felt like it felt like longer than a week since the last episode, and maybe partly I was just excited for this, the anticipation, but this has really been on my mind all week. Still focusing on my job, doing everything I need to do. Same thing. Good work week for me generally, but I won't lie, I'm excited to be here, excited to talk to you guys for episode 2. So,
Sir.
Yeah. And thanks to all the support, like Gio mentioned. We appreciate it. We just hope to continue and grow as we go along. All right, so this next segment, we're gonna just transition here into kind of just going over any current trends, any current events that happened. I feel like it was a pretty poppin' week out there on the streets. So we have a few items we can hit. Just brief. We'll touch on each of them. I mean, the biggest thing, I don't know about you guys, but at least in my workplace, this is all anyone was talking about today, especially, was the Super Bowl's coming out Sunday.
True.
I don't know. What do you guys feel? I know not all of us are major sports fans, but, this is just that time of year where Sunday's the big game.
Yeah. I think I'm putting my bet on the Chiefs, honestly.
Okay. Smart man. Don't bet against greatness.
Are they the underdogs or no?
I think they are. I think Vegas gave them the underdog, but I mean, generally feeling it's like Pat Mahomes, is he ever really an underdog? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it might be a free lick. So
yeah, I mean,
I didn't think they'd make it this far. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, this is the weakest their offense has been, but can't. It's like Patty Mahomes, second greatest quarterback of all time. So you gotta respect him.
Whoa. Let's not get carried away here.
It's a second.
The GOAT.
I said second. I said second.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I heard the best.
He's well on his way. He's
Okay.
about to be. I think I might even say he's a little bit more talented than our GOAT right now, but
I don't want
to be decided.
There will be no Tom Brady slander on this podcast.
Maybe a hot take starting off strong. But
I'm gonna cut your mic already. There will be no Tom Brady slander on this podcast. No, listen. On a serious note, on a serious note, you know, Patrick Mahomes is him for sure. Already in that debate, which is very impressive. You know, I kind of made an early prediction early on, as you guys know. I had both these teams in the Super Bowl. I have the Niners winning, of course. Honestly, seeing the two seasons play out, the Niners should realistically win. Yeah. But I will not sleep on that Chiefs defense since week one. That defense has been legit, in my opinion. They've been one of the best defenses in the league all season. So it's going to be a fun one. It's going to be an interesting one. Like Gio said, if you're a betting man, I wouldn't bet against Patrick Mahomes. I don't know about you, but as a neutral fan, you know, excited for the game. Yeah. Not particularly rooting for one team, but I do think the Niners have a solid chance. So we'll see what happens. But you guys got anything else to mention on that? Any other parlays or bets? Any tips?
You're the parlay god, bro. So let's know.
I am for sure not the parlay god. We know who the parlay god around.
Well, in this, I'm saying in this group. I'm saying in this trio. So
tap in. We about to create a Discord real quick and scam people. The method for those who be paying for those Discords, bro.
I don't think you guys realize.
I hate to break it to you.
I'm not making a ton of profit on these bets, but we move. So next topic, I just wanted to.
Wait, I still gotta. I think I could, cook something up real quick. Hold on. Let me cook. Listen. If you lose any money, I am not anyway responsible. This is just, I think, a few givens here. Listen, if you would like to make some money, I got a 5-leg for you right here. Anytime touchdown scores: Isaiah Pacheco, Travis Kelce, Brandon Ayuk, and CMC. You go over on receptions for George Kittle, and that's all I got for you right there. Boom, bam, pow. If you don't make money, I'm sorry for you. It's not my fault, but we'll go from there.
We're gonna talk after the podcast recording, but I'm just a little shocked that you waited last for CMC anytime touchdown. I thought that'd be the first name out of your mouth, but
my fault. I know your number one draft pick that carried you in fantasy this year. I get it.
I carry myself in fantasy.
Wait, right? Who won fantasy?
We don't talk about it. Moving on.
You got bodied or something?
I don't want to talk about it,
bro. It's I scored the most points in my 12 man, and I came in 7th. So hey.
I'll just say, as someone who finished third place, the man who's starting quarterback for the 49ers in the Super Bowl, he hoed me. That's all I'm going to say on that. But we're going to move on. That was your problem
right there. That's just a different conversation.
I don't care. Mr. Irrelevant's my GOAT. We're going to move on, though. Let's move on to the next topic. I just thought this would be an interesting conversation. Just a nice little point. We don't have to say too much on it, but I just kept seeing, that Apple Vision Pro came out. I don't know if you guys know much about it, look too much into it. I honestly just saw a bunch of TikToks on it, and I thought it was pretty funny because a bunch of dudes were using it in inappropriate ways. And it just got me to think, it reminded me of what you see in movies, sci-fi or high-tech movies where it's like you have like screens and all these in front of you and you can actually touch it, playing around with like VR and AR. Is this like the beginning of something? Are we headed towards that? Is this like because in my mind, this is just going to be a trend that Apple starts. Like now you're going to have Samsung and all these other tech companies are going to try to replicate this because, there's obviously a market for it out there. People like to be early adopters. And I don't know. I think this is just an interesting idea. Do you guys have anything to say on that?
Yeah, I think it's honestly just like the first one or like it's like it's still not there yet. Like I seen like when it was doing the the Google Maps for you, it just pulls up the screen of the Google Maps. Like it doesn't like put an arrow in front of the floor you walk by, you walk in front of. You know what I mean? It's like really direct you, like really some AR shit. So it's not like that yet, but it's probably like probably gotta wait for like the next generation of it, and then it'll be like super cool. Because right now it's just like those big old bug eye goggles and stuff. It's not. I would have bought it. It's like it was $3,500. I would have bought it.
$3,500.
Yeah, it was.
I don't.
It was cool.
I don't think I'm an early adopter like that, especially because, not to shit on Apple, but Apple tends to have problems with their launches, whether it's software or hardware. I don't think out the gates. It's always nice to just wait. That's for any product, honestly. For Apple, that's just my opinion. You always hear about these iPhones being defective when they come out, and it just sucks because you're spending over a rack on them, and it's like you just want the damn thing to work. That's just my opinion, but I don't know. I think it is cool. Again, I'm not an early adopter. I will wait. It's a lot of money.
It works. It's like it's cool. Like you can literally watch a video, put another video here. Like there's a guy named Orangey. He got one, and he's just like he plays. Well, I don't think he can play games on it yet, but he was just like on an airport. He was looking at stuff, and then you can like basically block out the world around you, and then just be in like that world where it's just like screens on you and stuff.
Yeah.
Like while you're just chilling, it's gonna be the future. Like,
is there gonna be a world where it's like how now the term is like the iPad kid? Is there gonna be a world where it's like now the Vision Pro kid, like the kid that literally just needs screens in him, or like a screen kid, like just someone who needs screens on him at all times?
Yeah, I have a little cousin, like he's literally like 10, maybe 10 now, 11, whatever. But he does VR and stuff. He plays VR. He goes VR world. Like he be talking to people and stuff. So he's already like accustomed to that. That's his main game. Like he doesn't play PS4 or something like that. Like deadass plays like on VR. So he's probably gonna be like when he gets older and he has money, he's gonna be easy to buy that. Like he's definitely gonna buy it.
Yeah. Does that worry you, Edmund? Do you think about that, or is that just like whatever, the cost of, I guess, advancing?
I mean, we're always headed towards this. It's not, I think, anything new. I think technology is the future. It's been like that for a while now, and I think it's scary that people are just like doing it in public without a care in the world. I think just it's a dangerous place out there, and just dulling even more of your senses just for
you gonna
this
get robbed.
virtual world. It's just like it just doesn't make sense. But I mean, hey, more power to people. I definitely think it's going to be popular for sure. I think people are going to hate on it right now. I think people hated on the iPhone when it first came out. People hated on the internet. So it's just like people are going to find ways to hate, but then it's going to be a trend no matter how you look at it. And I think it's good for people to have an escape. I just hope people are smart about it. I see the videos of people driving and doing it. I mean, granted, I know they got a Tesla, but I don't know. It's just about being smart and safe with it and making sure that you don't have the next generation of iPad kids, even though it's gonna happen.
Yeah, no, it's gonna happen. Kids they're gonna have less and less like social like connection. They're gonna be talking to people, but it's always gonna be like through like things
through their avatars.
It's not gonna be like person to person. Well, obviously there'll be some of it, but eventually it's gonna go further from that. But I mean,
it's definitely scary though. We're transitioning out of a interactive world. You could already see like, everything's done online, whether it's like dating or getting their own interactions. Like this is gonna make people even more antisocial, I think. So
yeah,
it's a good
point.
Real
spooky out here.
It's a good point, and I'm glad you brought up that topic because we will touch on that in a bit. But before we get to that point, let's move on to our next little current event in our little segment here. So I'm gonna put a big old pause on this conversation before we continue. I also want to mention, I hope we get a cut the mic moment in this podcast at some point. Who knows? Maybe this conversation will bring one up, but we'll see how this goes.
Safe topic so far, so we're good.
Next topic is some guy named Drake. He got a video leaked. Did you guys see this?
Let's get the clickbait out the way. Let's get the
touch on the
low hanging
social
fruit.
media topic. That's a lob. I'm not gonna dunk that for you, bro. I'm not gonna entertain that little.
Go ahead, bro. Talk about Drake's beat.
Listen,
Drake.
Listen. Let me just give you my perspective on this. All right. So you guys, as you guys know, we got a little message from a good friend of ours, talking about Drake's meat was out. And, already I'm like, whoa. In my head, though, when I read that, I registered like Drake was on IG Live or he was streaming or something. And, a little.
Yeah, who leaked it?
No. You think he leaked it himself? Or, like, sorry, continue with your.
No, I mean, listen, I just wanted to point out, like, my initial reaction was like, I didn't think it was a video that dropped. It was like more of like maybe something just like it was like something released by accident, like he was like live streaming and his dick showed for a quick second, I don't know. But then we got sent the video, obviously, and that was a whole other thing that I had to get access to. Once I saw it, I was
get access.
Yeah, I was very shocked. And no, I know it's funny because before, when I was struggling to watch the video to actually see it with my own eyes, I was seeing like on Reddit people saying like, oh, Drake's packing and pause and like he got leaked, but then like apparently he claimed it, all this stuff that I just wanted to see the damn video to see what they were talking about. So I mean, since I'm pretty sure everyone knows what we're talking about, I mean, Edmund, you can bring it up. What do you guys think? Drake claimed it for sure. Do you think he leaked it himself? Do you think it was truly a private video that someone leaked? Like, what do you guys think? What happened?
Hey, like I think he was just, or at least I hope he was just trying to get the hose, and then someone like I don't know, like it's so random. I feel as if it's like one of those like it just came out of nowhere.
It wasn't like it was a pack of pictures like they stole his iCloud or something. And released all his pictures. Like it was just one picture. So like he definitely is good Drake propaganda. He put it. I believe like he definitely was just like somebody leaked this shit.
Because the common thing I also saw online was like people were saying like, oh, well, Drake's big enough and has enough money and has a good team around him where they can get this removed from the internet easily. If you're Drake, do you care to get this video removed? I mean, look what we're dealing with here. I mean, again, pause. But like, do you care to get that video removed from the internet? Like, let's be honest. Like, Drake got it all: talented, money, and now this is just another thing he has. Like.
We got the mic moment you were looking for, bro. Got the mic. It is what it is, man. I think I see you're a very big Drake fan.
God, you guys know. No. Let's make the record straight here, right?
It's just like
I have been hating on Drake for the past like 2-3 years, 4 years maybe. I was a big Drake fan in high school, growing up, college. I mean, I still listen to his music. I'm not gonna deny that, but like. I haven't been like his number one supporter. I mean, I won't go as far as say as I'm a hater. I know I just said I was a hater, but like, I'm not glazing over this dude. I'm not. No, let's not. I just thought, he was the number one topic on Twitter. It had to be brought up, and we had a special request from some. I was not drooling. Someone said I was drooling. I was not drooling. I was not drooling. He's
salivating as we think about it, bro.
Your fault for saying that. I'm not drooling, but
this was a
request that I received to speak on in this podcast. So I felt like I had to honor that request. So I'm gonna leave it at that. We're gonna move on.
Yes. Did he leak it himself? Yes. Almost confirmed. 90%.
Okay.
90%. I'm okay with those.
Giovanni says it. It must be true. But moving on. This is just a fun one. Edmund, you've been lying to us about your height this whole time. I just wanted to bring it up. I'm sorry. I had to let the people know. He's been claiming. He's been
crazy, bro.
Verbally assaulted on.
Listen, we can talk about this on a larger scale on another topic. How we feel about dudes lying about their height. But like Edmund, you're case number one. You've been claiming to be 6 feet all these years I've known you. 5'11". What's that about?
I think you're a little testy about the previous subject, but I'll entertain this. I think it's honestly not that big of a deal. I think that like I'm 5'11" and like 3/4. It's just like I harmlessly
the 3/4 count, right?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, it depends on what you want to say.
And if you round up, it's essentially 6 feet, right? That's how that
works.
works.
Give it to him. You got to give it to him.
It's like I mean, when I'm wearing shoes, I'm like well over 6. I'm 6'2" with Timbs, 6'4" with Forces. You know, I think it's like not that big of a deal, but it's like, I mean, like it's just one of those things that I do. I think I've told girlfriends, I've told people, yeah, I'm 5'11", or like it's not something that I'm like ultimately hiding anymore. I think it was probably bigger when I was younger.
Anymore.
Like, insecure, but yeah, I mean, I put 5'11" on my license. It's like I chose that. But it's just like, it doesn't really make sense, you know? So you say you're 5'11", people are going to think you're 5'9", 5'10", you know? So it's like, I don't know. It's like rounding up on a test. It's like you got an 89.9. You're going to say you got a 90. You want that A. You know, it doesn't hurt saying that I'm 6 feet, but it's like, if people are really offended by it, you know, you can check me on it, or, you know, you can come see me.
If we're at a bar and a girl asks, I'll tell them you're 6 feet, bro. I'll give it to you. I might even say you're 6'1", bro. 6'1".
Fair enough.
6'1", depending on what the shoes I'm wearing, you know.
Oh, sorry, I'm 6'2", you're 6'1". My bad.
Whatever helps you at night,
yeah,
bro. If you're wearing Timbs, you're 6'3", bro.
Just a little bit, you know.
I was gonna ask Giovanni, as the residential 6-footer here, what do you think?
Residential? Yeah, like I said, people know I'm 6 feet. I don't have to fight for that.
That's crazy. The shots are firing everywhere, bro. Like,
but I'll give Edmund the pass around when it matters most. Yeah, but on the podcast, 5'11", my guy.
I just thought that I had to bring it up. It was funny. I'm sorry, Edmund.
Can you at least like put the 3/4? Like, you know, like it makes a difference.
No, all I'm gonna say, Edmund, is welcome to.
We're rounding down now. Like, we're just not.
Yeah.
Listen.
Well, not even round down. It's just like to the 6 feet like threshold. It's like it requires the 6 feet.
All right. So if I owed you
need the whole 6 feet, bro. You know.
If I owed you $125, I'm round down to $100, right?
No,
that's a difference.
That's a different conversation.
You said what? If you said 120, okay, maybe now we talking. But you said 125 to 100.
Money is not the same shit.
It's like the same. It's like little smaller victories, you know. Or it's just like whatever you say. Maybe I'm just coping. I just gotta accept it.
Edmund, all right.
5'11" and I'm proud. It's not like I'm going to the NBA anytime soon.
The way
you can let it
be okay, bro.
You can move on, bro. Leave Edmund alone,
Edmund,
bro.
This is the last thing I'll say. The way you described it, fair enough. I feel like, you know, the way the internet likes to describe girl math, that could be boy math or man math, whatever you want to call it.
There you go.
You know?
Yeah, there you go. Guy math, right?
I don't blame you.
Definitely is guy math. 5'11", 6 feet.
Guy math. The last thing I just want to say is welcome to the Under 6 Feet Club, bud. It's nice to have you here. Don't worry. I've
always been here. I've just been in denial.
You'll always be looking up. Don't worry. Trust me. So moving on, we're gonna touch on, you know, Valentine's Day is next week, fellas. How we feeling? We're what's today? The 9th. We're 6 days away, 5 days away.
Yeah, 5 days.
You guys ready to spoil that special one in your life?
What special one is the question? Let's get to that.
Don't sound so sad.
So to all my single people out there, it's okay. We will get through it. You know, Valentine's Day is just another day. You know, if you're working that day, get your money. Don't worry about it.
Hey, I mean, you can take it as an opportunity. Shoot your shot with someone. You know, ask them to be your Valentine.
That's actually very true.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day is a perfect opportunity to shoot your shot.
It's not just for people in relationships.
Someone.
Exactly. It's not just for people in relationships. Single people can enjoy Valentine's Day too. You know, if you want to focus on it's a work day for you, about your money, grind, that's respectful too. But, you know, I just want to see, like, I don't know how you guys feel for this year. Any plans? Nothing going on? You're just gonna be working? That's cool too.
A little cheesy, but I'm gonna sound like a mama's boy. But my mom's my Valentine this year.
Wow.
You know, getting her. You know, a special number one lady in my heart. Currently, but I mean, I don't know. Valentine's Day, it's always been interesting. You know, it's just like, it depends on the type of relationship you have with who you have, but I always got my mom flowers or chocolate. So it's just continuing the trend. I think it's, for those of you in a relationship, it's probably another day, but it doesn't hurt to go, make sure you ask your significant other, will you be my Valentine? That is a very hot button topic. I know it may sound like it doesn't matter, but it's an unnecessary argument that you can control by just, you know, sending that, hey, will you be my Valentine's type?
I agree.
It goes a long way.
To my fellas that are in relationships, I think Valentine's Day is a real easy day for you guys. It's like made for you guys to shine. Take full advantage of it. Take full advantage of it. You know, like realistically, yeah, you should treat your girl nice every now and then or very so often. But Valentine's Day is special. It's a day for a reason. So, don't maybe not take it too seriously, but take it seriously for sure.
Yeah, it's good to be lovey-dovey sometimes,
Yeah. Shout out to
lover boys.
Yep, lover boys out there.
Y'all not lover boys though. Y'all not gonna shoot
not
your
me.
shot.
I'm with you. I'm about my money.
It's looking slow.
Sometimes.
Any last minute takers in the chat, but anyways.
Yeah, I go.
Shoot your shots. Yeah, we're gonna have like a dating show going on over here. Got to get my boys some love in their life.
I go with the flow. If something pops up, pops up. But it's not. I don't stress it. Like you, Edmund. Like usually, my mom, I'll hook her up. But she's been in a relationship for the past few years, so I let her mans take care of that. I'm not gonna get involved in all that. So, but back when it was just me and my mom, I was holding it down for her.
Respect.
Yeah. So all right, cool. I mean, I guess this is a perfect segue too to our next topic, our main topic actually of this podcast. So we got through our current events segment. So what we wanted to spend the majority of this podcast talking about is the dating scene in today's world, 2024, in this generation. I said dating scene / relationships, just to get a little bit of both in there. But yeah, I thought it'd be fun if we just talked about how we see the dating world these days. We all are single in this day and age, so we can all have our own topics and takes on this. So I don't know who wants to start us off.
Start off with you, bro. I feel like we're always starting with me and Gio. Let's hear.
Okay. I'll start off.
How do you feel? How's life as a single man, a finance bro? It's like you
not
guys
a finance
together.
bro. Not a
former
finance
bro. Is money all that matters?
Star. Like what? What's your take on the dating scene?
Definitely
right
not
now?
A finance bro, but dating scene in this day and age. I mean, honestly, I want to say like in college. So let's say like 3, 4, 5 years ago. I mean, college is a little different, but you're around a lot more people. But generally around that time, I wasn't too receptive to kind of how things were looking in the dating scene, like these dating apps and just kind of how people don't really like to be more spontaneous in real life, and everything is done through social media and all that, like sliding in DMs and all that. I wasn't opposed to it. I just wasn't, maybe I was a little bit more old fashioned and was just like, oh, I'd rather just meet someone in person and, get to know them, Yeah. But now, I've caught up with the times. I'm all in, I'll slide in DMs. I'll hit up people, go on these dating apps, 'cause it's just fun. Just have fun with it. I mean, that's the way of the world now. There's a place for people who aren't with that and like to do the old fashioned stuff, and that's okay. And there's a place for all the new stuff, and you move accordingly to how you want it. I know for myself, like it took me a while to get there, but I'm there and I'm okay with it. And I mean, honestly, I could be doing better. I could be going on more dates, but I don't know. I still have my fun, so I guess that's what I gotta say.
What you mean by that?
Explain, elaborate.
You know what I mean. You know what I mean by that. But
and hopefully by the end of this podcast, we'll know too.
No, I mean, I mean, I guess to just continue real briefly, but I can get how dating apps is intimidating because you're not seeing the person in real life. So when it comes to dates and getting that, it is a bit more challenging, but I think it's no different than if you were in real life. If you're putting yourself out there, being comfortable with a person, letting them know your intentions, like it's still possible. Is it easier or harder? I don't know. I can't really say on that, but you definitely got to make it work, And this is coming from, by the way, I'm a short king, 5'5", so I don't got blessed with the height, but you make it work. You gotta make it work.
5'6", bro. Come on.
5'5".
Give yourself that.
5'5". They said 5'6", but I had my shoes on, so 5'5".
It doesn't count.
It don't count.
Gotcha.
It don't count. I ain't gonna false claim it.
So for me, honestly, like when I try to use dating apps and stuff like that, like I really don't have a good conversion rate, like to like meeting in person. I don't know why. I just like I get like I don't know, when I get to the Snapchat part or something like that, I just like fall off. Like I don't know, I don't get interested, or they stop. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm more of an old fashioned, like meet a person, meet them in person. You know, like get to know them like that. I guess that's my success rate. But how do you feel your conversion rate, Braulio, is in the?
I mean, I'm a numbers guy. You know,
like,
I play it by the numbers. The more you shoot, shooters shoot. Like you're bound to
I'm just
hit.
too picky.
You're bound to score. It's really there's definitely a bit of gamesmanship in like the digital side of it. So like with the dating apps or social media, but in real life, it might be a little easier because it's in person. It's a real interaction. Maybe you can go 1 for 1, 2 for 2, 3 for 3. Social media or dating apps, again, it's a numbers game. You got to just keep shooting, my boy. Shoot or shoot. Eventually you'll hit. So I don't know. That's how I kind of look at it. I look at it two different methods of getting to the same thing. It's a different world now. It's people change. People are adjusting. I mean, it is what it is. That's the name of the game. You just got to play the game. So I don't know. That's how I feel about it.
Okay.
For me, I think it's for those who don't know, I've been mainly in a relationship for a majority of my adult life. So I think coming back out here as someone who's recently single, it's nasty. It's real mucky out here.
It's nasty out here.
Like, it is.
Welcome to the streets.
It's just like it's nowhere that I belong and nowhere that I want to be at all. Like if you got yourself a good one, the grass is not greener. I promise you that. Hold on to that. But I think it's
but don't stay in relationships if it's not worth it though too.
That's also true. Obviously I'm not
comfort and like being comfortable, sure, but if it's not working, it's not working.
Don't listen to them. Toxicity is fine. Enjoy yourself.
Toxicity is fine.
Toxicity is fine. Don't listen to them.
I mean, granted, I'm in a good place. I think that I think it's important. I think for me, the way my approach has been just to really focus on bettering myself, and I think not inviting anyone into my own space until I feel as if I am in the right mental, financial, emotional space to really have somebody be a part of my life. I think obviously there's like all those dating apps, and like you said, it's like a numbers game. I feel as if people aren't really intentional with what they're doing or intentional with what they really want, and like it's just real nasty outside. It's like it was just like I think it's weird. It's just like people, like some women are looking for you as like a lick or just trying to find a way to get their bills paid. Dudes are just trying to fuck, and they're just trying to get about it. These people though. No, honestly, I think it's a very big indictment. I think like I'm a huge personal believer that it's way easier, and like what you see online is not the same as real life. As if you're gonna go see a shorty and you go spit game, I think the best way to do it is to go outside and actually interact with people outside, and you're gonna find some cool people. And like not everybody you meet, you gotta date or be on that type of time, and that's okay. But I think it all boils down to shit's expensive out here. Like it's a date, like date, paying money, paying food, like. A single date is like that's like 70 bills, where a meal you can just go get it for yourself for like $15, like drink included. So it's like I understand and I feel for it, and I think it's just times are changing and just trying to figure out what you're looking for while also keeping in mind that things is rough, but it's rough for everybody. So I don't know.
I think that's important to know. It's rough for everyone. Everyone's going through maybe not the same exact things, but similar things. You got to keep that in mind. And at the end of the day, I feel like dating should be fun. That's why you're doing it. You can't get discouraged if you go on a bad date. It's bound to happen. Can't get discouraged if you have a bad interaction with someone. If someone just doesn't respond to you, leaves you on red. I've had dates canceled on me for a number of reasons, where I like read the text and I realize like, oh, I don't even want you. I think you know what I'm talking about, but I'm like, that was the last thing I was expecting to happen. But maybe I'm glad that this date didn't happen, and we're gonna move on from it. So yeah.
What's your worst dating experience? Would you guys be willing to share?
Worst? I mean,
Yeah.
Just because like the recent case that I'm talking about, and I don't want to. This is not an indictment on any woman or anything.
Damn.
But
Giovanni was. Everybody getting
Giovanni, I hope y'all don't cut the mic on me. I'm just saying, like,
oh God,
you know, I had talked to the shorty. You know, I invited her to a game, Celtics game. Thought we could have some fun. Turns out canceled on me, but the way she told me about the situation was news to me, because she, you know, just kind of hinted at that she had a kid, and I'm not against anyone having kids, but that would have definitely been nice to know at the forefront, you know, like you kind of said, Edmund, the honesty, the intentionality of it at the beginning, because now in my head I'm like, whoa, I didn't even know you had a kid. I mean, that's cool that you got a kid, but like that would have been nice to know before I was inviting you to the Celtics game. Not that it would have stopped me anyways, but you know, just I don't know. It just made me think for a moment, and I ended up going with Giovanni over here anyways. So we had a great old time. We had a great old time. I appreciate
it. It was a good time. Yeah.
But you know, just like I don't know, like it's just, you know, I felt like that's something that should just be shared up front. Like it's nothing to hide, nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, ultimately, it didn't affect me in any way, other than not being able to enjoy the game with her. But that's just the kind of guy I am. I don't care about that stuff. But, you know, someone else might receive that the wrong way. And I just think, like, it kind of sucks that, you know, she wasn't comfortable to share that from the beginning. So it wasn't a terrible, like, dating situation, but it was just like, was I bummed that I didn't get to go with her? I guess a little bit, but I got over it because it is what it is. But that's just recent. One of those things. Yeah, that's just like a recent example. Yeah.
I'll just say, to be fair, like maybe she, you know, had this kid, you know, like obviously she probably didn't want, like it was unexpected or something like that, and she still wants to live her life, so she was trying to go to the game with you, you know, but
yeah, things got out. That's why I said
she couldn't make the necessary moves, you know. So it's just like
no, that's fair. And like I said,
it's not like she's trying to be devious.
No, I wasn't like upset about it. So. It was just like in my head, I'm like, oh well, it would have been nice to know, because then, you know, I'm not waiting till the 11th hour seeing if you're gonna make it to the game or not, and then find out that you're not. So.
Yeah, no, she could have did better. Like done it a little better, of course.
A little communication could have been appreciated. You know?
Like, that's the big thing. Communication. There is no communication right now. Who can do the other person dirty first?
And I'm not the type to be like repeatedly to hit you up and be like, oh, so what's the word? What do we, you know? I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna see. If nothing happens, I'm gonna move. Like, it is what it is. I'm not gonna take it one way or the other. But, you know, maybe when I was younger, I was a little different. Definitely matured more now, but.
Just being mature, honestly.
Yeah, that's just a recent example, but you know, I've been in other situations growing up. I can think of like college. But what about you guys? How about you guys share your any bad dating experiences?
For me, just being like a lover boy, whatever, you know, you try to cuff these hoes sometimes. So I feel like
every time, Giovanni.
As a, you know, just being the shoulder to lean on and stuff, and being like, you know, understanding, mature, all that stuff. Sometimes I find myself like, if you know, just we're together or they're with me or whatever, just because I'm a shoulder to lean on, I'm able to like handle all the trauma, you know, of them and stuff like that. Because that's usually what it is. That's why they like they just got mad trauma and stuff. So like, it's just, and then but it's not like they stop being a hoe. So then you get done dirty and stuff like that.
Wow,
that's great.
Wow, we might have to cut. We have to cut his mic. We might have to cut his mic.
He be getting trauma dumped, and he just let the clip off.
He said, he said he literally said these hoes be trauma dumping on me, but it's okay. They a hoe, so we gonna move on.
It doesn't matter.
It's just
bro.
Well, it's just because, you know, I feel like, you know, or maybe I'm just naive. I don't know. But
all right, naive lover boy. You know, I can see that a little bit. You know.
But I'm learning now. You know, you get mature. Obviously, you get burnt too many times. You understand. You know.
Sheesh.
That's fire. Leave it alone.
Like I said, Valentine's Day is coming up, man.
Shoot, you know, gotta shoot your shot. It's a, you know, it's a numbers game. You gotta keep going. Honestly, I don't really have too many bad experiences since I'm still getting new to the game. But I've heard stories of people where apparently there's like this thing on TikTok where it's, forget the terminology. It's like sprinkle, where like girls will like take you out, or when you go on a date, like they'll say, "Oh yeah, let's go to the Cheesecake Factory by the mall," and then they'll stop by a store and like say, "Hey, can you buy this?" Or like, "This person will look really good. See how much they can get for you." Or like they'll go to the gas station, like try to get you to to put gas to them. You know, it's just like, I don't know. It's just like that's
respect.
I don't want
to the women doing that.
The game is the game.
The game is the game, and that's respect to the women.
And it's just like, and like obviously that's not every case, and it's just like, you know, like for me, I'm the type of guy that's like, if we're gonna go on a date, like, you know, obviously I'll pay for the for like the date, and like, you know, if like we're gonna go get food or doing an activity or something, like, yeah, you know, I mean, that could be my machismo talking, but I'd love to do that. But it's, you know, all the little extra stuff, it's like we ain't even dating yet. Like, can I like know like how many siblings you got before you got me trying to buy you this purse? Like,
wait,
what's good?
Like, a few things on what you just said there, Edmund. So you said, you know, my machismo, I'm paying for the first date. You go on a first date, you bring a girl to a nice restaurant, she runs up the tab. $800,000-$900,000 on the first date. You still paying? You still paying?
It would never get to that point. I'll be like, I'll count these items. Like, hold on, chill out. Like, what the fuck? $1,000 on a date? That's crazy.
I think if I was if like I had, like, if I was like out here running, like I don't got. If I was like a millionaire, like if I had bread for it, I'd probably be tricking on, depending on the girl, depending on who it is, depending on what it is. 'Cause like it's, you know, depending on the situation, like some people might not get a date. So it's just like, if we're going on a date, then, you know, I could see potential to something. But currently where I'm at now, it ain't getting that far. Trust and believe. Like, cut the mic in real life. Like,
because I'm just thinking, you know, depending on the girl, what could be next? You know, you tell her, "Oh, I'm not paying for this." They can call you broke. Is that hitting your ego, or you just taking it and being like, "I'm just not gonna pay for this"?
Hey man, if I'm broke, what are you? Like, it's like, hey,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like,
oh man,
like I'll pay for the first date and stuff like that. But you trying to get like bags and stuff, like what the hell? Like,
speaking of I guess first dates or just dates in general, I also want to bring up, like, you know, I used to think to myself like, oh, why would a woman not want to take a date from a guy? You know, especially if it's a guy like, you know, that we've been talking about, the guy that'll pay for everything on the first date. You know, maybe you could play the game. If you're the woman, you could play the game a bit and get a bit more out of them. Just really, you know, test the waters, depending on how you want to take the scenario. But yeah, I always used to joke around, like, especially with my friends that are women, like, oh, why not have a free meal, or why not just have some guy pay? But then I realized, like, you know, that's not really a valid. I mean, from a guy's point of view, that's really easy to say. But then when I took myself from like the woman's point of view, they got a lot more at risk here than we really think about. So, you know, that always that became apparent to me, where I was like, maybe I should stop saying like, oh, what's a first date, or what is a date? It's just a free meal. It's not necessarily just a free meal, because there are fortunately there are weirdos out there. There are dudes who have bad intentions, and I can't really put it on the women for not wanting to go on that date. But all that's to really say, you know, it does kind of affect us in a way too, because now that woman's going to be less likely to go on dates. If she has one bad experience, you know, she's going to be less likely to go on dates with other guys who maybe is good intentioned and will pay for the first date, but, you know, they have that bad experience, and it's like, yeah, no, I'm not doing this again. So until they're willing to put themselves out there again, of course. But I don't know. I realized that, and for a while I was saying like, oh, it's a free date, why women wouldn't do that? But, you know, I had to check myself and realize like, oh no, there's plenty of reasons why women shouldn't do that. So, yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. That definitely is like, there's definitely a lot of weird people out there and stuff, but
no, I mean, like, it'd be disingenuous to say otherwise, you know. Like, there are. It's like that's the reality. Like, there's some, you know, bad people out there, and the statistics are there. Like, dudes are crazy, entitled, and they expect certain things. I think it's just one of our privileges, or one of the things that we.
But anyways.
But yeah, it's just one of those things that we just. It's all a part of the game. How to, you know, make sure that, like, that part is not the game, but it's just you know, just be genuine, be yourself, and you know, just it's your job to make them feel safe.
Yeah,
know,
for sure.
Who cares?
I just bring that up because I mean, we all are giving our perspectives as men. Obviously, we don't have a woman on the podcast at the moment to kind of give their perspective of these sides. So just take that, you know, with a grain of salt. Everything we're talking about, the dating scene and relationships, this is all from a guy's perspective. Obviously, this can be all very different from the women's perspective. But this is just how we feel and what we think about, you know, dating in today's world. But yeah, you guys got anything else to bring up on this topic? I mean, we can get into relationships, more focus on that, or we can get, you know, we have like some fun date ideas or date idea ratings, especially because Valentine's Day is coming up for anyone who might need some inspiration, what to do. I don't know. How do you guys kind of want to move from here? You guys want to talk about relationships or?
I got a question. Any of you guys ever the ones to do like the rose petals and stuff?
I feel like Edmund is definitely that guy.
Honestly, I'm looking at Edmund. Yeah.
I feel like Edmund's definitely that guy.
you know, rose petal kind of guy.
I've done that multiple times.
Yep.
Okay. Multiple times.
It's just icing on the cake. You know,
staple.
It's I don't know. It's like a
play some R&B music.
The LeBron look down shot. You know, it's like it's just a classic. I don't know. I think for me,
classic,
tried and true, bro. It's just like it's just like that additional effort. I feel like dating is easy, honestly. I feel like dating to me is easy. It's just about putting in effort, paying attention to what your significant other likes or doesn't like. You know, I think you know, my playbook, it's like, you know, for usually like a date or something, it's usually like an activity, a food, and a new experience that either they haven't had or you haven't had. So,
okay,
you know,
Edmund's giving game right now.
This is $1 million worth of game. And
say it again. We got the
activity, you know, food, and try to incorporate a new experience that either they haven't had or that y'all haven't had together. So that could be within the activity or to some degree, but or like going to a different place, but it's just about making someone feel special just because, you know, you care about that person and just being honest. You know, Valentine's Day, you could do flowers and candy. Doesn't go a long way. If they don't like flowers, try to do chocolate. If they don't like chocolate, try to do fruit baskets. You know, it's just so hard. Just pay attention to see what they like, you know?
Definitely tailor it to the person that's your Valentine, for sure.
Yeah, it's just really taking the time and putting in the effort to really take that extra step. If this person is really special for them, you know, take the time to do that and go from there. I'm not saying you gotta do this for everybody. I'm not trying to say to go broke to do it, but I think, you know,
but if you like pay attention to the person, like you can find cheap things that they'll appreciate. You know what I mean? Like if you actually like this person, like if you actually want to be with this person.
Like I'm not saying go blow a bag. Like it doesn't have to be like
Teflon only.
You know,
what is it? Telfar?
Telfar. Birkins, bro. It's Birkins now apparently.
Oh,
like
get her a Birkins, bro. Do better.
Get her a Birkins.
No, Birkins like that level. Telfar is
Louis V. Designer only. If you're not doing designer only, you're not doing it right.
Yeah.
All right.
You're a broke boy, bro. You don't deserve no good woman after that, right? Is that what
I'm a finance bro. What are you talking about? I'm a finance bro.
You guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, my stream's like fucking up. But go ahead.
Nah, it's like really simple. You know, like for example, like someone said they've never been rock climbing, so we went rock climbing. You know, like that's the activity. Went to do a different restaurant that we never been that, you know, had to do with the theme of love. You know, get French food that's like a romantic, you know, it's just like French cuisine, like stuff like that. Just doing different experiences, going different places, and just, you know, finding that thing that they talk about. Or, you know, oh, I've never been on a hike here. Here's a new trail I found that I think would be fun for us to try. It's really simple.
Yeah, I like what you mentioned just because, like, I know for myself, I like physical activity, and this will work especially if you have a significant other or partner or whatever that also enjoys physical activity. I think something physical that you can do together is always fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know, use rock climbing as an example. I think that's a great date idea, me personally. even if you don't know if they like rock climbing, I mean, you'll find out. You'll quickly find out if they like it or not, and you just adjust from there. You know, there's a million things you can do that is physical, as like a good fun date idea.
Braulio, did you ever use the rock climbing thing next to the Bev?
I think
he always give us the free tickets.
I went there once. Yeah, the
guys were squandered that opportunity if you didn't want to date for that, bro. Come on now.
I gave them to my sister and her boyfriend though, so they could.
Yeah.
Okay.
I went there once, but that was honestly the last time I went bouldering. And it's funny because I'm actually working on my grip strength. Like at work, I have this thing where I work on my grip strength because I want to get back. I want to get back. I want to get because I want to get back into bouldering because, dude, I want to be able to like go on a ledge with just like these 4 fingers.
That's what it strengthens, like your hands.
That's crazy.
It's supposed to be hand grip, yeah. Like there's a bunch of things you can do, like stuff like this. You can do like things like that. Yeah. People at work probably think I'm like working out my forearm because that's what it looks like. But I'm like, no, I'm trying to get.
Welcome to the gun show.
I'm trying to get like grip strength, you know, like actual. So because like that's what bouldering requires is pure grip strength. Obviously, forearm strength helps because you're carrying your own weight. But anyways, that's besides the point. But my main point, my main point is like physical activities. I always think is a fun way. As a date idea, like I just always think that's a great thing, you know. So if you're not physical, like that's okay. You can always, you know, there's some classics for a reason. Movies and a dinner, or what Edmund said, you know, a new experience that you both could do. I don't know. I can think of a bunch. Like you guys go to an escape room. You guys could do. There's so many things you could do. You just gotta explore a bit. And, you know, maybe not just always do the same old thing. That gets boring and stale real quick. I feel like you gotta switch it up every now and then, and really just find new things that you guys can both like. Shit, even go skydiving together or something. I don't know, something crazy like that. If you're both like
adrenaline junkies.
Go skydiving together. Like fuck it. If you both die, you die together. You die in love. Like whatever, you know.
That's deep
appetizing.
Right there.
I don't know. I used to want to go skydiving when I was like 18. You know, but now I'm like, I think about it. I'm like, I don't think I could do that, bro. That's like you're just plummeting towards Earth. Like, I don't know.
I mean, my godbrother just came from me. He showed his videos. Like it's not that he said the hardest part is just obviously jumping out, and after that is just,
it's like too late from there. Like you're either dying or having a good time.
Exactly.
So,
like
it's
I don't know.
Maybe one time in my life I'll do that.
I'm not like the height doesn't scare me because whatever. I can be up there looking down. That's fine. It's the like you said, the action of jumping out is where I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I could do that. But
you gotta push me.
Anyways.
I would definitely go skydiving. I think that's on my bucket list thing to do. I think it's
ladies take
as a
notes.
First date though is wild.
No, as a first date.
First date is for sure not. That's like way, like number of dates down the road. Like y'all gotta be locked in at that point.
For good,
y'all gotta be locked in.
It's like a anniversary date right there.
Something.
I do first date.
Simple, like you can do like bowling.
Okay, so competitive.
Around. Yeah, walking around some shit, and then dinner. I feel like you just need the intimate times to talk and stuff, and like maybe like a museum. Museum would be cool. Museum, dinner, bowling.
Yeah,
and then right there. Boom. Take it to the crib. Never mind. But anyways,
yo, Gio. We had to cut his mic, bro.
but
that'll
be
all right.
Your first date.
Do you guys want to talk about? I don't know. It just occurred to me, like, since we talked about a little earlier about kind of looking ahead. What do you guys think like the dating scene will look like a few years from now? You know, like, God forbid we're all still in the dating scene in our 30s, because kill me if that's true. But
Jesus,
you know, we'll be rich. We'll be rich. It won't even matter.
Let's say for the people,
money, we'll be tricking.
For the people that are 20, that will turn 25 in 5 years. I don't know. Do you see the dating scene changing? It's just gonna get more digitalized. Is it gonna be back to the old ways? Like, I don't know. Where do you guys think this is going?
I mean, for the next generation, they're probably gonna be like doing the more Tinder and stuff like that, more online dating.
Okay.
Avatar dating.
E-dating.
Avatar dating.
We talk about
like in terms of like not even like dating apps, but Instagram is a dating app in a sense too. Like in terms of just being on Instagram and posting your pictures and stuff like that. Like that's how you network and find people too for dating and shit. So Like just in general, like is this gonna be more like Instagram too, and like
I actually
try to get their fly pics.
When you said that, I saw this TikTok the other day, and it was some guy saying like, "Yo, LinkedIn is just free game." He's like, "There's so many baddies on there." He's like, "It's so easy because they'll always connect back, and then from there you just slide in." And I'm like, that is how you get blocked, banned on LinkedIn forever. Yeah, fired.
If it's professional setting, like that's sexual harassment. Like you got.
Hell no, I would never date anyone that I work with.
It was definitely a joke, but it was just.
I know,
it was
yeah.
funny to me. It was funny to me, but I don't know.
I mean, hey, a lot of people have that. Your future wife is someone that you, or your future husband, someone that you work with. Like that's like a very real thing. Or is that the culture anymore? I guess is that something like I personally would never risk it. But
since you mentioned,
that's definitely
date
the
a coworker, or like would you?
It's easier.
Before I answer that question, I want to bring up because you just reminded me. So I'm not gonna name the companies, but I used to work for a company. You guys obviously know, but my previous company, one of the previous companies I worked for, former employer. I remember when I first started, they talked about how like, oh, you never know, you might meet the love of your life in the workplace, and I just thought that was like at the time I was like, this was, mind you, back 2020 2021, so a little still in the pandemic, a little post pandemic, but to me at the time I was thinking like, whoa, that's kind of like just wild. I thought like, I don't know, I'm also like, to answer your question directly, I guess, like I don't really shit where I eat. Like work is work. I'm not myself at work. I'm a different version of myself at work, so I don't see myself doing that at work. But yeah, I remember that company I worked for, they mentioned that, and I just thought like that kind of like, I don't know, like I always remember that. And the company I currently work for now, not that they discourage it or anything, but like never one mention of like, oh yeah, you might find your future wife here, or your future partner here or whatever. And I just think like that difference was apparent to me, you know, like it's just something that stuck with me where I was like, whoa, that's kind of weird. It does speak a lot to like work culture, but that's just a side tangent. But to answer your question, Edmund, yeah, I don't think work for me is just like, that's not me at work, so don't you know.
Well, since you work in the financial like industry and stuff, do you feel like the pool of women there is like,
I mean, yeah, that's,
is it like a high pool? Like it's probably majority men, you know.
Yeah, that's the other challenge. I mean, I'm in a male dominated workspace, so you know that doesn't help. But even for the women that are in finance, like, I don't know, I guess it's really easy because they probably get all the attention, you know. But
it probably builds them stronger though. They got to be like,
yeah, I mean, everyone's like, professional. Don't get me wrong. Everyone's professional at work. Everyone's professional at the workplace. I haven't seen or come across any concerning things, anything HR related. But like I said, my head's not even there half the time. If I'm working with a coworker or a colleague that's a woman, I'm focused on work. Like I said, I'm not even myself at work. I'm a different
robot
version
mode.
I'm NPC Braulio at work. You know, I'm just like, okay, let's get this done. Like, let's work as a team. All right, cool. All right, well, happy Friday. Hey, enjoy your weekend. All right, take care.
You betcha.
I'll see you next week.
You have 5 select word phrases you have to say.
Literally, like,
what am I gonna use?
Every morning, every afternoon ends the same way. There's no change. Like, it's just, it is what it is, and then the day just goes. But no, to answer Ansman's question, work for me, it's not for me, but in general, do I care about it? Do I see it happen? Like, if I see it happen, good for them. It's not for me, you know. Hope it works out for you. Because, you know, a lot of people, like you said, a lot of people do meet their significant other at work or whatever it may be. So, it definitely is a thing.
You spend a majority of time there. It's like you're meeting someone, like, it's like when you dated at school. It's like that's what you were seeing every single day. It's like you form a connection. It's like we're human. It's like you're like wired to have like certain thoughts, desires, emotions. Like, you know, it comes with it. It's just about whether you want to act on them for good or bad.
I think also for me, like, the reason why I probably stay away from it is I'm probably someone who likes to have my own time away. So like the thought of seeing my significant other every single day at work and then after work and then before work, that's just a lot. That's just a lot of time being together. So, I mean, to each their own. And you know, you might not have to directly work with your significant other. You guys could be at like different departments in the same company. You guys could be working whatever the job is, you know what I mean, different roles, whatever it is, but it's just maybe knowing that, oh damn, she's so close, like maybe that's what scares me a bit. Like I can't get away with things that maybe I want to get away in the other case, in the other, you know.
Dang. Big booty walk by, you can't even look anymore.
Exactly. Blinders on at all. Blinders on at all times.
Yeah. You're crazy for that. I'm not gonna lie. That's not even a reality over here, bro. Like,
No, I was just joking.
But Edmund, I'm interested to see you guys because obviously we all work in different industries. I mean, this conversation has now turned into something different.
Yeah,
but I think it's interesting.
I never had like a super serious job where it's like if I meet this girl here, like my life is ruined because this is my life. Like worst case, it'd be like, all right, get a new job or some shit. So, I've been, dabbled in women from work. I just feel like it's just convenient. Like it's just right there. It's like again, you see them all the time. It's like we're doing this bullshit. We're surviving together, and you build like a little connection, I guess.
That's fair. For me, it's a little different. Healthcare is an industry that's a majority women right now, and the more that you climb, it's not even that. Like even for me, it's like I'm on the business side, but there's been a crazy uptick. It used to be very male dominated, but now it's for rightfully so, really great. It has been more diverse through many different ways. People of color, women. So it's like. I'm constantly surrounded by women all the time. Like I think my last 3 bosses have all been women. Like 75, it's like damn near 80% of my coworkers are women. I feel like a lot of the project teams that I work in, I'm usually like the only guy sometimes, or there's there's different demographics. All that to say, being one of the only guys, I feel like I have to be, or I don't have to be. I think I choose to be professional. Like I don't want to be that guy who makes the workplace uncomfortable and unbearable. But even if that wasn't like the thing or a stigma anymore, I just feel like I think it's like very easy for something to go wrong, especially like within a relationship, that I wouldn't want to ruin my future. There's too much riding on it that I believe a relationship at work would just mess it up for no reason, overcomplicate it, and even at work, like I feel as if like this is probably a different conversation, but I'm not really my true self all the time. I'm my corporate self who uses all the jargon, who buttoned up. Like I'm not even really like, not to say like that is a part of me and that is like someone that I am, but that's not really my comfortable self. Like I like being able to chill, like being able to talk about certain things that you just can't do in the workplace. So it's it's just not worth it to me. And I think it's obviously like I'm still have emotion. I still definitely seen some folks who I'd be like, yeah, maybe like if I stopped working here, like I'll send you that. We could spin the block. Even that, spin the block. But even then, it's just like it's not worth it. I feel like it's just not. It just doesn't make sense to me. And I feel as if like there's no need. I think there's too many women out in the real world outside my jobs that why risk it for where I work at.
Yeah, maybe I gotta stop looking at it from the I guess the downside of it, but what's the word I'm looking for? Like the perspective of like what can go wrong. Because I don't know. I just think like if I was in a relationship with someone and a woman and we get into an argument one day and it's like, damn, now I got to see you at work. Like I'm already pissed off. Like now I got to see your face at work. Like I don't know. I just don't think I'm already pissed off that I'm at work. Now I got to see you outside of work. You piss me. Like it just, I don't know. Recipe for disaster. But you can make it work. It can work. We're not discouraging it. Everyone's different. This is just from us what we think, but that was a nice little side tangent from our dating.
I know. I mean, more power to people who make it work. Don't let me discourage you. I feel like if you were able to separate the work in your relationship and able to have a positive experience, by all means, if that's the love of your life, go for it.
That's just something we can't do. So,
me personally, what if it's like you go into business with them? You know what I mean? Like that's different, right?
You're the boss there in that sense. It's like you're equally responsible. But even then, I feel as if there has to be a stat out there that shows the rate of like divorce from people who go in business with their significant others, or like
that's
you see that shit
messy
all
as
the
hell.
time, you know, like it's like you can't, there's like sometimes there's no like you have to take your homework with you, or like there's no way of like separating it, and like it's just another measure of stress. And like I feel as if your partner is supposed to be somebody who can help you de-stress and help you, like, you know, you want to hear about, oh, what's going on in your day. You know, I feel like it can get easily boring with like the same things, you're talking about the same things. Oh yeah, did you see that? Oh yeah, I saw that. You know, but I don't know. It's
So,
yeah. What do you think?
Well, this is for you. Like, this might be a random or not, but do you feel like since you work at like healthcare and all that, do you feel like ideally you'd want somebody that also works in healthcare and stuff, so they can understand and, like, you know what I mean? Because I feel like you see that a lot too. Anyway, like
That's
usually
true.
like a
That's
doctor has a wife nurse or something like that. Like or they're both doctors or something like that.
That's a good point. Yeah.
And obviously you don't want to like do it in your department, but like how else would you find?
Yeah, I think like
but
for me, it's just like I always thought like, or had the desire like my future wife is gonna be a doctor, or you know, all these different things. Like I think I don't know where I'm gonna go. I think I guess to answer your question, I wouldn't be opposed to someone who works in healthcare, whatever that capacity is. I just think that we would have to work in different hospitals or different clinics. Or if we do, it's just like, unfortunately, the way my long-term goals align, it's like I'll be in charge of an overarching, like I want to be the president of a hospital one day. So it's like I'll be in charge of potentially be the boss of whoever I work with, and I just don't want to have that ability. So I think I'd have to have someone who works in a different sense.
I'm pretty sure.
Unless you guys keep supporting us and cut the mic blows up and then forget all that. Am I right?
I'm pretty sure in my industry, you're not supposed to, if you're like a direct manager, supervisor, any type of like relationship where someone is directly above you, like that is not okay. You are not allowed to, because that can be seen just in a totally bad light. But I know what you mean. It's just like if I had like a finance wife or girlfriend, be the finance power couple. But I wouldn't mind if they were in the same company, but maybe different departments for sure. Definitely different teams. But if it was a different company, that's fine too. I don't know. Like I said, I don't really give it much thought. This is probably the most I've given it thought. Like at all.
I think it's okay. We'll see where life goes. Like it's like maybe they'll be doing something else. Who knows? You know. Or like,
I mean, well, just to say, like if Braulio has a finance woman and you have a woman in healthcare or whatever, like those are power couples, you know, for y'all. So that's pretty good to know, at least for y'all.
I mean,
I feel like that just breeds like the women that come from there, like it's gonna breed a strong woman, like, you know what I mean, to like break through, like, you know, for the finance industry and stuff, like for them to like make it out, they're probably already strong and stuff. They're probably already.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give it credit. Obviously, we grew up in a day and age where women have been doing amazing things, but yeah, I've noticed at least a few companies that I've been, like, women are always in positions of power. I unfortunately don't work for like a major conglomerate or like a big business, so I don't know how things are looking on that end, because I'm sure it's probably just a bunch of dudes up top. But at least with the companies I've been with, you know, they do their best effort to be inclusive and hire, you know, women, men of all races and colors. But whatever, that's just a side note. But let's kind of reel back into our topic. Let's finish it up. We've been going for a while now. Nothing bad. It was fun chats, but been going for a while. Maybe we could just finish it up with like a few more things. You guys got anything to say on like relationship these days, or any other fun date ideas? I mean, I know we kind of talked about date ideas, but I don't know, anything else to say before we wrap things up here? No?
Be respectful. Okay, go ahead.
No, I have nothing to say. Go.
You know, I actually lost it. I think just don't be afraid to shoot your shot. Be respectful. You know, Sometimes it is a numbers game, so you just got to keep going. You get rejected, just move on. Find it somewhere else. And although it's mucky and dirty out here, and the streets are not safe, the streets are the worst. I think that I'm sure there's someone out there for you that they're looking for the same thing that you're looking for.
The streets are just fine. If you like a little toxicity, enjoy it. You'll grow up eventually. It's okay.
Go find what you're looking for. There's somebody for everybody. Just stay the course.
I agree. Any closing thoughts, Gio?
No. Roman asks, he says, talk about best experience with a girl you never got a second date with.
Oh, that's a fun question. That's a fun question. I don't know. I don't miss Roman. I always got a second date.
I went to like breakfast with, I think Eduardo slid me a shorty that he knew.
And, he landed a few. Okay.
Yeah, and we went to breakfast and stuff and New Way and stuff, and then we never went on a second date though. Now that I think about it, like I don't know why. It was a good time though.
Was it like lack of effort on your end, or just things didn't?
Yeah, I think it was not a lack of on my end. Maybe it was both of us. I'm trying to think back, but I feel like it was maybe like senior year or something. So there was a lot of women that was.
Too much women. Too much women to handle at this point.
I think it was Loverboy. That was my prime. So just know I'm
That's actually now, guys. Can we touch on that real quick? I know we said we were gonna wrap up, but like. Handling multiple women at once, is that what we feel about that? It's kind of similar to the dating scene. For it. That's how I generally feel. I feel like I'm exhausted when I try to go with multiple women at once. I'm just like, it's too much. It's too much. I gotta stay focused on one thing.
It depends. Like you gotta have. I think one texting, like girl you text, is enough. But like, say you have a girl that you hit up. Just to fuck or something, or you have a girl or you have a work shorty, so when you see how
your work wife.
Yeah, you got your work wife, and then
you need the work wife. You need the work wife.
But like, just somebody to text all day, like definitely, like you can only ask like, "How was your day?" to one person like all day. Like otherwise, it's just like you feel like a robot or something. I don't know. How was your day? Ooh. Like you really care.
You're supposed to care. If that's the one thing we try to.
But if you have multiple women, obviously you're a little detached. Like
not having a roster, like it's like how do you feel about having a roster? And then I guess back to Roman's question of I don't know.
I mean, when you think about it, back in the days, like women had suitors or something. Like you know what I mean? Like like women have rosters, like no matter what. Like. I feel like
guys have. I think being a hoe is not just to, guys could be hoes too.
I think it goes both ways. I was gonna say it goes both ways.
Like, no, obviously, but a guy gotta work way harder. Like a guy gotta work way harder, or you gotta be like, obviously look really good, smooth.
You gotta be locked in.
Like you can't be the average Joe guy. Like you're not getting.
I think that might be part of the game. Honestly, it's like talking to a shorty. You're trying to figure out, okay, where do I lie in the roster? And then maybe she's trying to figure out, well, shit, where do I lie on the roster? And that's just a whole, like, the game.
That's why it's so nasty, bro.
The gamesmanship comes in.
You can't be mad at people,
bro. You
can't find what they want in life, bro.
Exactly. If you're not together in a relationship, if you're single, like, you can't. It's the game is the game, bro. It can be nasty, but you gotta. Stay locked in, Edmund. Stay locked in.
What if you're the boring type, but you got the good dates? You know what I'm saying? Like, she's like, I know we're about to go skydiving, but this guy's boring as hell. We're going skydiving.
Mm-hmm.
Have fun, and we're calling it a wrap. Going home.
There's a lot of things to consider.
So. She got a roster, yeah.
I don't know. What you guys got? Anything else? I'm trying to think. Like, I feel like we touched on a lot. We went on a few tangents there, but yeah, I think we covered everything here. Unless you guys want to bring up anything else. I mean, we're already well over the time, but I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think that was good.
Like I think we were chilling. I think just
chats.
I feel like I don't think I've had a first date. I think maybe people you've fallen in love with in a night out, that you just never see again. That's probably like the closest thing to that.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll just emphasize this. You guys know this, but I'm locked in all 2024. Sorry, women, I'm not available. You can catch me next year. I'm locked in on myself this year, so maybe for Valentine's Day, but past that, it's all
I'll say as another locked in gentleman, it is hard to be, like finding women and stuff like that when you are locked in, because you got to go to work and we got the side stuff. We got the podcast clips and we got to do everything, and then I have other stuff I want to do.
You can make it work. You can make
it work, but
you make time for what you want. That's all I'm gonna say.
Exactly.
No, yeah, exactly.
No excuses. No excuses.
If you ain't got money, how can you be treating these girls? You know what I'm saying?
You don't need money, all right? You don't need to be the richest man to get a
woman.
All right,
well, we just talked about these nice ass dates, and you ain't going on them broke. So
it's the type of shorty I need. Type of shorty I need
to elevate, and then back to the
type of shorty I need isn't worried about the money I got. All right, she's worried about the money I will be making one day. That's what she needs to be concerned about.
You're strictly online. That ain't the reality, my boy.
I'm not strictly online.
Let's try to find your e-girl out there. It's just shout out to all my e-girls.
Oh, that was actually okay. Last topic before we go. No, because you just reminded me, Edmund. You brought up earlier, e-dates. When I asked you guys earlier, where is dating going in a 5? It's already starting where you see these people making YouTube videos and streaming e-dates. It's a date online in this format. You just go on a date and you meet someone virtually. Is that going to be more common? Is that a thing that the next generation is going to do? Is that where we're headed? Because it's to me, again, I might be old school, but an e-date is essentially a date just virtually. Why not just, obviously, if you're physically not located in the same area, I can understand it. But if I'm on an e-date from a girl that's 2 towns over, bro, just meet me at the restaurant, or meet me wherever. Why are we gonna be on Zoom?
E-dating is usually younger people too, anyway, though.
I know. Well, that's why I asked. Again, back to the topic of where's dating going? Maybe I get that they're younger and they don't have the means to get out to a place, but it's is that where we're headed? Is that what dating's gonna look like 5-10 years, the next generation?
No, I think it's just where we're in right now. I don't think it's where we're headed. It's just, it is what it is now. Maybe it gets
a reality for a lot of people.
Yeah, people play video games and stuff, and
yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not saying
Instagram again,
yeah. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with e-dating. We've all joked, or not joked, but we've discussed about maybe having an e-date as a segment here on the podcast, which I think would be fun. But no, I just wanted to bring it up because earlier I forgot to bring that up earlier when I asked you guys about what's coming, and we obviously all see these e-dates online these days, so just thought it'd be something fun to talk about and something to discuss. But yeah, I think that will bring us to a close on episode 2. It was fun. Woo! We'll be back
next
and
subscribe
week.
YouTube. Drop the YouTube link. Come on.
We'll be back next week, same time, live at 9.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, just the last closing remarks. You guys want to plug any of your socials, plug any. Obviously, we have the YouTube, the Instagram. Go follow that. You guys got anything
thumbnail
to plug?
Coming soon.
What was it?
No. I said thumbnail for the.
Oh
YouTube
yeah. We're gonna
thumbnail coming soon.
It's a week by week process for us. Still just bear with us a little longer. We're improving week by week. This is all new to us. We're all new to the game. We're doing our best, and we promise we'll just get better from here. But yeah, like Edmund said, or Giovanni said, and Edmund said, thank you for all the support up to this point. Continue to support us. We'd appreciate it. We really do appreciate it. And yeah, we'll just continue with our journey.
Wait. I see that Duce in the back. We taking a shot for the road?
Chill.
Come on.
This is my new background, guys. I'm not an alcoholic.
I don't know what I have.
I haven't drank all of 2020. I have not drank all of 2024. This is a full bottle Duce, full bottle of Hendrix. Just needed a backdrop, so.
Taking a shot, Braulio?
I'm not an alcoholic, I swear.
Wait,
y'all could take a shot. Go right ahead. I ain't gonna stop you.
We'll save it for the next time, bro. If it's not all of us, it's not.
Last thing.
It's not that serious.
Hopefully next week we have a guest on the show. That's something we're looking to get. So be excited.
Right. You said it. Okay, yeah. I was gonna say anybody right now, if you want to be a guest, hit us up. And why? What do you want to talk about?
Yeah, we'll be developing a draft. We'll be developing our rosters. First number 1 overall pick on who we want on the show. No, I'm joking. But we're gonna we're hoping to bring someone on to the podcast next week. We want to guest. We want to start having guests coming on. So if you're interested, if you know us personally, let us know. If not, just send us a DM on Instagram or something. We'll work something out. Honestly,
let us know.
Yeah, let us know. We're excited. We hope that you guys join us again next week, along with whoever our guest is. So that's it. All right, guys. All right. Y'all have
peace out.
Y'all have a good night. Check out our YouTube, Instagram. Right. Thank you.
Peace out, stream. Peace.
Peace.